Unless you've been living under a rock or maybe even without Wi-Fi, you've probably heard of pink sauce. Remember that bizarre, eye-catching pink condiment that once flooded social media? Well, it turned out that so-called sauce was not just boiled milk, it was actually even more harmful and poisonous. Now it's vanished from eBay and been yanked off the shelves of major stores. But here's the million-dollar question. How did this dubious sauce make its way to these platforms, and why do people keep buying it? The story of pink sauce reveals just how easy it is to fool the general public online. It's baffling how a sauce with secret ingredients, whipped up by someone who doesn't even know what FDA approval meant, could sell out so quickly. When asked if her product was FDA approved, the creator, Chef P, revealed her ignorance, replying, "What do you mean FDA approved? I don't sell medical products." Spoiler alert, things got so messy that some of the consumers ended up in the hospital. Even after the chaos, the creator defended her product, claiming it was all a conspiracy by haters. And just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, they did. Determined to turn her luck around, she teamed up with Dave's Gourmet for manufacturing and distribution. But instead of playing it smart, she lavished the profits on parties, extravagant clothes, and diamond rings, causing them to ditch her. In a last-ditch effort to revive her brand, Chef P attempted a makeover, turning the sauce blue and rebranding it as Blue Sauce. The aftermath? Sales hit rock bottom for months. The sad truth? She's broke. In her videos, she shares her sad numbers, sounding confused yet still in denial. "I'm expecting a check from the company," she says, unable to grasp how unsalvageable the situation has become. "I don't understand what's happening with pink sauce. Where is it? What's going on? It's all a mystery to me." Yet even now she's convinced that one day pink sauce will rise from the ashes and become a global sensation. She even claims the business could be worth billions. This is the wild tale of the delusional pink sauce lady. A story that definitely deserves a spot on the list of America's most jaw-dropping business failures. To cover all this, we have to go way back to June of 2022, when the Miami-based private chef began posting videos of herself dipping chicken into her sauce and eating it. From that moment on, this eye-catching condiment was like a magnet for attention, creating reactions as colorful as the sauce itself. For some, it sparked instant intrigue, like, what in the world is that? While others were more on the ew, no thanks side of the spectrum. But love it or hate it, one thing was clear: this sauce was stirring up some serious buzz. And Chef P was ready to ride the wave of this newfound fame, even if she wasn't that experienced. "I'm a creator, I'm an artist, so I love art and I love color. I love food." In no time, Chef P was putting her pink sauce out there more than ever. She shared a video of herself bottling it and inviting her followers to guess the ingredients. It worked like a charm, sparking a flood of curious comments about the bizarre sauce. But here's where things got a bit strange. Instead of answering questions, Chef P showcased the sauce with different snacks and teased an upcoming launch. So we've got this weird sauce being promoted online, and the creator is dodging questions about what's actually in it. Yet people are still intrigued. Pre-sales for the first 100 bottles kicked off on June 25th, and they sold out in just 3 days. Chef P's taste testers raved about it, with one declaring, "This pink sauce is a definite 10 out of 10. But naturally, everyone wanted to know the ingredients. When comments piled up, Chef P responded vaguely, saying, "Honestly, it had its own taste. If you wanted to taste it, buy it." The early buyers didn't help much either, describing it only as sweet, savory, and seasoned, or noting a spicy or sweet ranch flavor. These mixed reviews only fueled more curiosity about the sauce's true flavor. On top of that, the sauce bottles were missing some crucial details, as there were no nutritional info or ingredient list in sight. When people asked, Chef P dodged, insisting, "I can't reveal what makes it pink, but trust me, it's pink." At one point, she even claimed, "There's no raw garlic in the pink sauce," despite viewers clearly spotting raw garlic in her mixing videos. This lack of transparency raised eyebrows. What herbs are even in the pink sauce? Someone worried. "I don't want to risk an allergic reaction." Not listing the ingredients is just asking for trouble. After enough pressure, Chef P finally relented, saying, "I've seen all the suspicious comments. The nutrition facts are coming. everyone just calmed down. After a lot of pressure, Chef P finally revealed the ingredients of pink sauce, claiming it was made from sunflower seed oil, honey, chili, garlic, and dragon fruit for the signature pink hue. But users still had questions. One person asked if there was anything in the sauce to keep the milk from spoiling during delivery, but of course that went unanswered. As customers started receiving their orders, they eagerly shared their first impressions. While some were initially underwhelmed, when I first got it, it wasn't that good. I was like, it's a little off. But after cooling it in the fridge, it wasn't bad. Others found it reminiscent of ranch dressing. The reviews were a mixed bag, which actually fueled more interest. Skeptical viewers were now convinced to buy, but they were definitely thrown off their seats by what came next. Then suddenly a trend emerged. People started noticing inconsistencies in the color of pink sauce. After comparing images, it became clear that the sauce shifted from hot fuchsia to pale pink, driving viewers wild. But what did Chef P do? She insisted there was no color change, claiming it was just the lighting. As scrutiny mounted, it also became obvious that the health benefits she touted lacked any solid proof. But the issues didn't stop there. The sauce's texture was just as unpredictable, sometimes looking like thick glue clinging to food, while other times it was runny, barely staying put. This inconsistency raised eyebrows, with one sharp commenter declaring, "The drastic changes in textures are a huge red flag." Here's the thing. Research shows that even the tiniest bit of milk in a product poses a risk of food poisoning if not handled correctly, so refrigeration is crucial. The problem? The pink sauce label didn't mention refrigeration or an expiration date. The omission raised red flags about whether Chef P was even registered or licensed to sell the sauce, but concerns seemed to fizzle as orders kept rolling in. Consumers were receiving pink sauce in regular poly mailers instead of refrigerated containers. Definitely a problem given North America's record-breaking summer heat. The controversies surrounding Chef P's creations only intensified, with critics demanding, "You need to tell us how you made it pink." Chef P shot back, "I'm not obligated to reveal anything, but yes, my packaging will have the nutrition facts." While she eventually followed through, one sharp commentator cautioned, "As someone who works for USPS, I can tell you packages get tossed into mailboxes without care. These sauces could overheat, curdle, or even explode." Sadly, they were right on the money. When the sauces finally arrived, consumers were horrified. "Oh my God, look at this. It doesn't even say pink sauce on the label." Many bottles had burst open after baking in the sun in the summer heat during the 2.5-week shipping. And this, no way. It smells awful. We're not trying this. Even the bottles that didn't explode were swollen and bloated. "Is that normal?" customers asked, confused and grossed out. In those cases, the sauce had gone bad, rendering it completely inedible. Not surprisingly, videos of exploded containers started popping up, with some reporting smelling rotten. The shipment scheduled for July 1st didn't arrive until late in the month, leaving plenty of time for contamination. Meanwhile, TikTok was buzzing with allegations of pink sauce-related hospitalizations. One user even posted from a hospital claiming that they had been poisoned by the sauce. To make matters worse, the user later went missing, causing viewers to panic. But it turned out he had faked the whole thing as a social experiment. Unfortunately, this drama overshadowed the real issues at hand, turning the narrative into an anger-fueled hate fest. Chef P was understandably upset, telling Vice's tech department that people were accusing her of poisoning an entire nation, and she was in no mood to forgive those spreading lies about her business. In a Glamour interview, she revealed that production was paused for lab testing, hoping to eventually sell the sauce in stores. However, a since-deleted TikTok noted that NBC couldn't verify the lab testing, as Chef P was waiting for results before disclosing the facility's name. Despite issues like color changes and confusing nutritional label, Chef P viewed these as part of her brand's growth. She quickly addressed flaws, refunding 50 customers for leaking bottles. But clarity on the sauce's ingredients remained elusive. Dismissing critics, she told the Washington Post that the public scrutiny was excessive. Nonetheless, she managed to sell around 700 bottles, claiming the sauce was made in an FDA-approved kitchen. Well, to put it simply, no. Chef P didn't even understand what the FDA was. When asked about FDA approval, she replied, "What do you mean? I don't sell medical products. She seemed to think the F in FDA stood for pharmaceutical. Can you believe people were buying pink sauce from someone who didn't even know what the FDA stood for? It's one thing to be clueless about the FDA while selling food. In an attempt to claim the storm, Chef Peace hosted a live stream claiming an FDA representative was on the scene sorting things out. But really, viewers quickly pointed out that's not how the FDA works. They don't do house calls. Eventually, Chef P had to admit it was actually Florida Health Services that visited, which didn't make her product any safer. Then she announced the big drop: 100 limited edition bottles. The video soon went viral, and that same day, Chef P posted a now deleted 52-minute YouTube video addressing health concerns. In it, she emphasized her commitment to food safety, saying, "And we care about y'all's health concerns." She claimed to be working with the FDA and Florida's Department of Agriculture to tackle issues, including packaging updates and clarifying that pink sauce contains no raw garlic. The email also introduced new terms like refrigeration instructions and a refund policy for unopened bottles. Then came the good news. Chef P announced a partnership with Dave Gourmet, a food product company that would handle distribution. For a moment, excitement surged as people felt pink sauce was getting a fresh start. One user even remarked, "This is the redemption arc we didn't know we needed." Chef P reassured her fans, saying, "We won't let you down." And with the sauce now available in over 4,000 stores, Rolling Stone declared it's hard to imagine what could stop her progress now. But little did they know, the sauce was about to face a shelf life of its own. Just when things seemed to be on the upswing, everything quickly crumbled. Just 16 days later, pink sauce was pulled off the shelves. Videos started popping up showing the sauce being cleared out, and viewers noticed the shocking color change. The real product looked nothing like the bright pink Chef P originally showcased. Instead, it had morphed into a yellowish-brown concoction. One TikTok user quipped, "It's pretty funny to see pink sauce ending up in Walmart's clearance section for just 50 cents. But that price kept plummeting, with one viral video even showing it at a mere 25 cents per bottle. Despite what looked like a comeback, Chef P's financial situation was anything but stable. She admitted, "I almost got evicted from my home and had to borrow $20 from my mom," revealing that her apparent success wasn't translating into cash flow. Fortunately, a company called Dave's Gourmet stepped in to help her with sales. They took over manufacturing and distribution, but somehow Chef P managed to mess that up too. In a video, she claimed her struggles stemmed from a shady deal with Dave's Gourmet, saying they're a scam. "I can't even afford to feed my kids." She accused them of stealing her recipe and not paying her for a dime. However, that turned out to be another one of her tall tales. Dave's Gourmet responded, revealing that they had paid her $120,000 for the sauce, which she reportedly splurged on luxury items like $800 dresses and $600 shoes. They even mentioned that she tried to submit receipts for personal expenses like sneakers and groceries, which they flatly refused to cover. Chef P stopped working with us after we rejected those expenses, they explained. Determined not to back down, Chef P launched a GoFundMe campaign raising $100,000 by playing the victim card. She also prepared to relaunch pink sauce as a powder, proudly announcing on TikTok, "We're sold out of our limited drop powder packets." Skeptics couldn't help but joke she probably only had 10 packets available. Ultimately, Chef P's efforts to revive her brand fell flat. Her website was taken down, her company was marked inactive, and she confessed, "I don't know where the pink sauce is at." Now her company is officially inactive, leaving her with nothing but regrets as it becomes clear she spent quite a large amount of time on the world's biggest business flop. That's a wrap, folks, but it feels like we haven't seen the last of Chef P. At this rate, she might pop up in a few months with a new brand, maybe yellow sauce? Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think this woman is delusional or what? Make sure if you like this video to click and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.